Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tirso. Print design will always have a special place in my heart because that's where I started my career. When it comes to print design, format matters. I'm sure some designers consider this, but not all. For me, designing for format helps shift your thinking to reimagine what's in front of you. In this video, I will walk you through different formats so you can see how the design approach changes, as well as how the format becomes part of the design. Starting with a trifold brochure, we've all seen this at some point, I hope. The first step is to establish which page is which. We have a cover, a back panel, the inside flap, and then on the other side are the inside panels. When you're designing for format, it's important to consider the different moments. The first moment is the cover. The content will be an imposter travel guide. Since it's travel, this will heavily be photo-driven, which means you start with the photo and then design the text to work with it. Here is our photo. A head and deck can be styled nicely in the open areas, and this is basically done. The next moment is after you open the cover, we have the inside left panel and the flap. I do have an intro to explain the brochure further. It doesn't take up the entire panel, so I can start the list of cities. The flap will open at some point, so you can't really do this numbered because the numbers will be out of order in this moment or when it's fully open. So on the flap, I can add 2 more cities, and when you open it, you can add the rest of the cities. Let's look at how this is coming together. We have this back panel left to fill in. I tend to treat this like a back cover, and since the fold will be off this edge, I think it makes sense to extend the photo so it relates. It probably makes sense to add some more info copy here, and that's it. I don't know if this is the best way to show this, but this is how I'm doing it. Mind you, there is a border on this because the printer can't print to the edge. In a perfect world, this would be sent out and trimmed to size, but for now. So for different moments, we have the front and then the back. I think it looks nice with the image extending. We have it partially open, and then we have it fully open. Very rarely will anyone view it like this, but at the very least, we have covered the sequential order how they'll naturally read it. This format doesn't necessarily have to be folded this way. You can also fold it like a zigzag. So let's look at how that changes the design. The content stays the same, but the pages move around, which changes the different moments. The cover stays where it is. The back panel now becomes the back cover. We no longer have a flap, so the rest of the pages are the interiors. Starting with the cover again, this photo was more horizontal, which allowed me to extend it to the back cover. Since this cover doesn't connect to the back, we can use another image. If I swap out the image, clearly the type doesn't work at all, so we adjust according to the image. First, readability. This has to run in all white. Since we have this minaret poking up, we can anchor our type towards that. Okay, after you open the cover, it opens to a spread. We can simply drop in content here. We also have another moment in the back for another spread. We can look at the back individually because it's not connected to the cover. I do want some relationship. Looking at the image, I can pick up the gradient in the sky and then our CTA. Here's that example. We have our cover, interior spread 1. If you flip it, you have interior spread 2, and then our back cover is kind of just there. Another way to do it is to do a flip brochure where you have cover and content, and then your second cover, and then content. I would say that these aren't the most engaging approach for print design, but it's easy, it's familiar, it is also cost effective because so many people do it. Let's change the format to a gatefold. The idea is that this would open up from the center. When you open it up, you then have these panels and then the back. Starting with the cover again, I'll drop in the cover from the trifold. If you were to open this, the image would split, which doesn't really match the symmetrical nature of the format. When using an image in this format, I always recommend one that is symmetrical and follows the gatefold exactly. Perhaps something like this. If you drop in our title, we can see that the text will be split in half, so we need to design for the format. We could split them up on both sides, but it's still not quite right. All this does is fill the space. We want to honor the symmetry, so I would change the title to something that is equal on both sides. This doesn't directly relate to format, but the title here is simply sitting on the image. What throws me off visually is the highlight on the wall. We can merge the type with the background through some blending options. Now there is some relationship between the text and image. If we open this up, we can drop in the content from the trifold. Something like this can absolutely work. However, we changed the title so it would make sense to have multiple cities. I know I label the panels, but in this experience, there's not really anything that would obstruct any visuals because it's opening up flat, which means you can actually treat it as one sheet. However, it's not the Wild West, so you should still keep in mind that your grid should follow appropriate dimensions to fit the folds. Something like this could work, which features the city on the cover. You can see the gutter here is evenly aligned with the fold. Even the typesetting of the city, I made sure there weren't any letters crashing in the fold. The back is connected to the flaps. Similar to what we did in the first trifold, I want to extend the image. I don't actually have any more image to this, but luckily we can create a wall that connects them. On the back, we can add the encompassing description and a CTA to visit some imposter site, yada, yada, yada. Here is the gatefold. You open it up and there is our beautiful content. On the back, the image is seamless through. There is a world where you can keep the original title styling, so let's look at that. This was the original crop when I placed it, so naturally I utilize the wall above, but we can enlarge the image and make room for our text like this. Instead of doing a vertical cut down in the center, you can create a die cut so the text stays together. Of course, I have that option. So here is our gatefold, and then when you open it, the door swings open to keep our text together. I cut this out myself because it is very expensive to send to a printer due to the custom die cut. That isn't to say that you should limit your thought and thinking because of budget. Next, another format people know very well, a booklet. When you're designing a booklet, your page count must be in multiples of 4 because when you fold a sheet in half, it's 4 pages. Here is the maquette for 12 pages. Does anyone else on YouTube use the word maquette, or am I just that old? Let's lay this out. Here is our cover. For the back, I'm just going to extend the image as we've been doing. If you're printing a booklet and the cover is on heavier stock, you wouldn't typically put any content on there, so I'll just make the inside covers a color. And then the actual first page of the booklet, I'll add the intro. The rest of the pages will be the cities. I won't fully go over it, but here's the design I came up with. I have these numbers and they alternate in colors to keep some visual contrast between them as someone reads or scans along. For the center spread, this city spans both pages and the text follows the same styling. Here is our booklet. These are typically stapled, but since I made all of these mockups manually, I didn't have a stapler long enough to do that. I only mention because when you're designing, you don't want any elements that are obstructed by the staple. Also, we're talking about format that becomes part of the design. Staples can also be a color if that enhances your design. If you need it more delicate, maybe you bind it with thread instead of staples. In the center spread is our beautiful image. In design, we're always talking about white space, which is the visual breath between elements. For me, I would consider this moment in the center spread as structural white space because the viewer will typically spend longer on this page, which gives them a breath from the other pages. That is if you design it that way. Let's go back to the cover. Sometimes you'll see a design like this. The strip doesn't really have any purpose because the type could clearly read as we had it. There is a good chance the designer doesn't know how to work with type and image. There is an even greater chance it was a rush project for marketing and they just used a template. I can't officially say that it's wrong, but I would argue that it could be elevated by utilizing the strip as part of the design. Perhaps the strip runs vertically. In this view, let's pretend the strip is actually a flap that came over the cover. The first order of business would be to fix the crop. The centered type doesn't work well like this. If we wanted to keep the styling, it would have to be more vertical. The type probably doesn't have to scream this loudly, so we can add some white space. I love a lot of white space, so I'm gonna go with something like this. Clean, no fuss, communicates exactly what I need it to. If we were to open this up full, it would look like this. If you flip it to the other side, these would be the panels, which are opportunities for design. On the back of the cover, I can add the intro. In the middle, the sheets would sit on top, so behind I can add the CTA. On the flap, I can just leave it blank. Here is our flap, and when you open it, it looks like this. When we're talking about format as part of the design, perhaps this is printed on heavier stock and you add some affirmations on the back. If you perforate this edge, they can tear it off and have a bookmark. Now your design transforms into something else. We are missing the sheets that go inside, so let's get those designed. This was a design for the pages of the booklet. Since we changed the type on the cover, we should update to match. And then instead of printing the pages as spreads, you print them as individual sheets, front and back. The rest of the pages follow. I put the sheets inside, so now when you open it, here they are. The difference between the sheets and the booklet is that in the booklet, you are bound to multiples of 4 for pagination. Here I have 5 sheets, which is equal to 10 pages, so there is some flexibility. I also did remove the number from here because you can't control how they go back in order, if they ever do go back in order. It's kind of like graffiti, where once your design is in the wild, you don't know what's going to happen to it. Earlier, I showed you a horizontal strip. We can change the format of the cover so the strip is part of the design. I'll use a different cover image and then our strip to match the updated type. The idea behind this is that the strip will be a belly band that wraps all of the sheets simply to hold them together. We had a deck with the title. To utilize the format, they read the strip first, and then when you remove it, they read the deck. And here's what that looks like. It is a nice and neat way to hold sheets together. Our belly band holds the main messaging, and when you remove it, I don't want to tear this actually, you will reveal the rest of the messaging. And when you do something like this, you are creating that inferred white space, which is a more designed and more purposeful experience for your viewer. This last example, I want to show you how different formats can fit together. Let's say you're designing collateral for an event, in my case, a fake event. For my fake event, I'm going to design a program guide, a card that has quick info like Wi-Fi, social sharing, etc., and also a passport for a food event where they can get it stamped at the different vendors. So we want to reimagine what this can look like if you're doing it as one unit. Starting with format, here is the program guide, which is the same size we've been working on. The card of quick info, you can't put it loose on the inside because it could fall out or people might miss it. So I'll keep it on the outside and it will hug around the spine. For things like this, you will have to do some measuring. The size can literally be anything since you're designing it. The last collateral is for the passport of the food event. I want it to be noticed but not super prominent, so I'm going to make it the same width as the card so there's some relationship between the two, and then taller than the program guide so you can see part of it. This will also live in the center spread because that's where saddle stitch booklets naturally open to. So this is our visual on how these come together. Let's design the program guide. I'm not going to use an image because it'll be obstructed with the card, so keeping it simple with a colored background. Our head and deck, I do need to fill the rest with something. I'm just going to use the rear, nothing crazy. Now our Wi-Fi card. I want to connect this to the cover, so perhaps we continue the year on there. When you're designing for print, you also have the option of texture for contrast. Perhaps the Wi-Fi card is on a craft cardstock. Something that people don't consciously think about is that you can't print white ink, so something like this would need to be screen printed, which adds yet another texture for even more contrast. The card doesn't need a full headline, but it needs something. We can just call it essentials, like travel essentials. Cool. This is shaping up very nicely. Last is the passport. This could just be white. We need another label to hint at what it is. I'm going to use Sip Savor See. This can work, but there isn't a visual element that connects it to the cover. I can add a simple arrow and look how nice they work together. The arrow makes sense because we're talking about travel, so directions, compasses, you get it. This is just the front-facing experience. We still have to design the individual elements. Well, mostly, I won't do it all, but here is the front and back cover of the Wi-Fi card. On the inside, we first drop in the Wi-Fi password. The rest can be any additional info that could be helpful, like a QR code for the digital version of the program guide, suggested moments and activations, and then usually a hashtag to share content, etc. For the program guide, this was the cover. You can see a peek in the arrow in the top left. So for the back cover, we can just extend the background and that arrow. For the inside, this is where I won't do the entire thing, but you could have a welcome, probably an agenda, speaker sessions, and then some ads. This is a center spread where our passport will go, so perhaps that is a map of the venue. The rest of the pages will be whatever else you put in a program guide. For our passport, here is what we had from the cover when it's being hidden. So we'll do the same as a program guide, which is to extend the arrow to the back cover. The event name is called Tasting Notes, so we have our head and deck. I didn't establish a grid here. I'm lining it to the left where our text landed from when we were designing with the other pieces of collateral, and the top aligns where the arrow hits the fold next to it. If someone were to design this independently of the other elements, maybe they would center the title and put it at the top. When you put it inside, it would look like this. Very much not ideal. Back to our actual cover, there's a lot of space to utilize. It would make sense to explain the passport. That box is the same color as the cover of the program guide, so they relate. We can preview the different countries and then just the hashtag on the back. For the inside of the passport, we are showing the cities. We'll need the city name, the name of the dish, something about that dish, and then an area for different vendors to stamp. The rest of the cities will follow suit. Cool, so here is how all of that comes together in real life. I didn't actually get the small card screen printed, but you can see that it does fit exactly. I'll just show you how everything turned out. There is the inside. If you're at the event and someone were to lose this, we are still designing the experience, so the information would still be duplicated in the program guide. For the program guide, I only designed like a couple of the pages, and then here is our passport. So if you were to open it, you would go around from vendor to vendor, and then they would just stamp the different dishes that you taste. So I hope this sparks some new ideas. Drop some comments in the description below. Check out more content, and I'll see you next time.